cut out, but he's cut out. That's the pass to Siani, and Siani gets it away to Ward, and Ward's only got the fullback. But caught from behind. Good tackle there by Lamb. The ball's gone on again, and lost by Country when again they were looking dangerous and very close to the Sydney line.
Certainly were, and full credit to this little half. Duncan Ward is playing a very good game in the opening minutes, and with a little bit more luck could have put 4 points on the board for Country second.
So it's Sydney moving the ball. That's Simmons, the hooker. Way to O'Sullivan, and out wide to Graham win. Back into O'Sullivan, and there's going to be a penalty. The opener goes through Lamb to Conlon in the centre. Well, Wizard was coming through on the burst beside his centre partner, but Conlon couldn't get that ball away. But it's Sydney moving it now. Now it's Ryan, just short of the 22. Country's into the ground. Ryan out to Lamb now. Away to O'Sullivan, and very quickly to Lydiard, and out there with the backs, one of the big forwards, and he gets his fast way back to the centre again, Conlon. But the movement is broken down with possession lost again, only a few metres out from Country's line. So a promising Sydney movement breaks down.
Yeah, their coach Bill Anderson won't be pleased with that, because really they haven't had much possession in this game, so they wanted to just hold on to it. Panic football when it's not necessary.
So it's Country running the ball out once again. Out to the 22. This is Trudgett on a long one out to the centre, tall centre, David Graham. Back to Slater for the kick. That's a kick for the touchline, it falls short of Lydiard. And it's picked up out there on the wing by Gonzalez. Or was it Hetherington on that wing? Hetherington. Sydney moving it now. This is Paul Mears up to the halfway line. Well, got a nice pass away too, but the Country defence has been pretty good. They've bustled Sydney quite a bit, caused a couple of very promising movements to break down. And if their condition holds, Mike, they're going to make this very interesting.
They certainly are. Once we said before the game started that City always have a tendency to play individual football, and they haven't shown any teamwork. But this is a good break now.
Brilliance by Izzard, and he's found Lamb in support, and he finds O'Sullivan, and there's the first points of the game. Chris O'Sullivan underneath the black dot for the first points of the game. 4 to Sydney seconds, Country 0. Well, it was Brad Izzard, the brilliance of the Penrith centre, that set this one up. Lamb cutting out win with that pass, and here's Izzard. Now watch, he beats 1, 2, and then throws a beautiful pass to Lamb. Lamb drew the remaining defence, the fullback, and O'Sullivan had a clear run to the line. Let's watch it again, and let's again see the brilliance of Brad Izzard in this run. A great cut-out pass there, by the way, and that gave Izzard just the opportunity he needed. Drew the fullback Ashton, found Lamb drew Ashton, found O'Sullivan, and O'Sullivan a clear run. And there's the conversion attempt from Conlon. It's successful, and it's 6-0 in favour of Sydney seconds. Kick-off by Country, deep to Sydney's end of the ground. Just repeating the score is 6 points to 0 in this match. Sydney seconds against Country seconds. And we again apologise to those of you who are watching this telecast in northern New South Wales and in Queensland, because you missed the first few minutes of this game, I understand, through technical problems. We apologise for that, and I hope you're now enjoying this coverage. And here's Izzard again, given a beautiful pass by Mears, but his pass inside is forward. It's gone a long way forward, And that looked like another certain try coming up for Sydney. What a good run by Paul Mayers.
It certainly was, but Izzard here spoiled a good break himself. Really, this is panic football. I know they're only leading by 6 points to 0, but they have to settle down. They must realise that they must have the fitness edge on the country boys.
So this scrum, about 12 metres out from country line, and it's a country ball. But kicked by the fullback, is chased by the fullback Ashton, but it's Sydney back on the move again through looked like Graham Wynn. Now out it comes along the line. Lamb finds Conlon in the centre, and he's lost the ball in the tackle. It's country in possession. Played back by Graham, the centre. Now through Moy it goes. Oh, that's a long pass out to McLeod. Did well to pick it up cleanly too. And now intercepted by Sydney. Give it a Graham Wynn to Lamb. Only a few metres outside the country 22. Graham Wynn again. Simmons to Batiste this time. W. Bankstown, second row forward. Now O'Sullivan, the try scorer. Oh, good little run. That's valuable ground for Sydney. Only 12 metres out from the line. Simmons at dummy half. Lamb. A cut-out pass to Lydiard, and his pass goes astray as he's hit in a solid tackle, and the ball has crossed the touchline. Let's have a look at this again. Oh, solid tackle there by the country hooker Trudgeon, causing that pass to go astray. And a penalty, differential penalty against country. Feed across. George Trudgeon, the man at fault. And there's a Sydney player, Chris O'Sullivan, receiving attention out of the ground. The play is going to go on. It's the tap penalty taken by Sydney, and Lamb in the run around gets it away, and it's gone to, looks like Batiste, only 10 metres out from the line. Now away to Mayers. But well wrapped up. O'Sullivan's back on his feet. Looks okay. Simmons at dummy half to O'Sullivan. To Lamb. He's beaten one. But a good tackle from behind there by Ward, the little scrum half. This is Conlon. Reverse to Lydiard. That's about 5 metres off the line, and the referee says the ball was knocked off. Obviously lost by Lydiard as he went down in that tackle.
You get the impression, John, that the City side's trying to do too much too quickly rather than create blinds and create the overlap. They're trying to too much switching of play.
It's a country ball. Ward to the fullback Ashton. And my goodness, that was close to the line, that pass too. Very, very close. That could have been dangerous. But it's country still in possession. Trudgett to Slater. Back to Trudgett. That cuts out Moy. It went straight to Graham, and now in the centre, his partner Bentley. And that's the winger Robert French. Back to Martini for that kick. Not a good one. Went almost straight up in the air, and that puts Sydney right back on the attack. O'Sullivan in possession just outside the 22. Ryan to Lydiard. He's getting up into a lot of the play. Lydiard, he's staying close to the action, but he's been hurt in the tackle. Let's watch it now. Yes, he's held around the legs, and it looks like the elbow accidentally went into his midriff as they went down in that tackle. The elbow of Nick Ciani, and that's taken the wind out of the Sydney second fullback. Riverina, of course, won the country divisional championship this year, and they've got some representatives here. They've got a couple in this game, and they've got more in the country firsts this afternoon. And it looks as if attention has been is required. Additional assistance is required to attend to the injured David Lydiard. I was talking about Riverina, and I know one of the very interested viewers in the country this afternoon is one of the former great Riverina players, Kenny McDonald. Ken was a hooker from Barmedman, and he played in the Riverina team quite regularly back in the 50s. And Ken, I know you're watching this afternoon from hospital at Temora. Sorry to hear that, but I hope you're enjoying this telecast. Let's have a look at this incident once more. It certainly was an elbow that went into his midriff. He's caught there around the legs by Slater. The other second row forward, Siani, takes him high, and as they go to the ground, Siani's elbow appeared to go into Lydiard's midriff, or perhaps into the ribs, and I'm sure that's what has caused the problems. So we're going to have a replacement, Greg Alexander, about to come on. Greg Alexander, the brilliant young Penrith scrum half, and this will cause some rejuggling of this Sydney back line, I'm sure.
It'll certainly give the team a Penrith flavour about it, with Izzard Gonzalez and Royce Simmons, the captain, out there. So there'll certainly be some understanding amongst those four, if nobody else.
Yes, there certainly will. Well, let's hope that Lydiard has not been seriously hurt, but it's not looking too good at the moment. And as yet, I don't recall seeing any additional medical assistance.
Dr. Bill Monaghan's out there,
he's
the
out
rugby
there.
league
Oh,
doctor.
yes, he is too. Yes,
and
I'm sorry.
there'll
Yes.
certainly be some Parramatta coach and officials very concerned about David Lydiard.
I understand that the stretcher has been called for, and I believe that they've also asked for the Jordan frame. So I hope that the injury is not as serious as that might indicate.
Yes, well, of course, Parramatta, they can think back a couple of years ago when Mick Patterson also did both collarbones on the, and in fact,
not very far away,
in the
Mike.
same position, yes.
Just in front of those goalposts there on the northern end of the ground, it was.
So it's certainly not the lucky area for the Parramatta Eels players.
Yes, it certainly is. Let's have a look at the incident again and see if we can see a little more clearly what actually happened. I think this was the better angle from which to view the incident. Now you see Slater go low in this tackle, and Siani comes in around the top. Now he's grabbed him quite legally with both hands, and as they go to the ground, I thought that elbow might have caused the problem, but obviously it's a head or neck injury. Head or neck as they hit the ground. And the stretcher being brought out. And it's to be hoped. I certainly have seen movement there from Lydiard. I saw that he was able to move his hands and his arms. But obviously, Dr. Monaghan is taking all possible precautions. It's Dr. Bill Monaghan kneeling beside. Well, there you see movement in the arms from David Lydiard. And he did have his head up slightly there, as you saw, before. Yes, he's lifting his head again, or his head is being lifted there by one of the trainers. So hopefully that's a good sign, and that the injury is not as serious as it might have been. And there's the applause now for David Lydiard. Injured just as I made the comment, Mike, that he was staying close to the action, was keen to get on into this game.
Yes, he was playing well, actually, because he could take the risk of linking in with the three-quarters, mainly because of the strong wind, because if the countryside do kick, then it would just blow back in. So he knows that he didn't have a lot of running back for the ball. But that's Really is hard lines for a very, very good footballer indeed.
And there's an unfortunate side. David Lydiard, the brilliant Parramatta utility player, being carried from the field at the Newcastle International Sports Centre. But his contribution to this game has been appreciated by the crowd, as you can hear demonstrated by that applause. So the game is to proceed, with Sydney leading by 6 points to 0. Now that's Ward in possession. Moy. Now it's Sydney back in possession. That's Batiste. To Simmons. To Lamb. And that's a few metres short of the 22 on Country's end of the ground. Now it's Simmons at dummy half. And as he occasionally does, has a little trot from that position and makes good ground too for Sydney. That's inside the 22. Graham Wynn. And the referee ducking there, anticipating a pass from Wynn, but Wynn decided to hang on. O'Sullivan, cut out pass, finds Conlon. Lamb. And I think a couple of those players might have been in front of that kicker as the ball went up, but the referee has indicated that it was touchdown by Country, and so it will be a dropout from under the post. But that was a close call. A close call as the ball came down just in the in-goal area, bounced around a bit, and eventually grounded by Ashton, and so it's a dropout from Country's end. Ashton takes the kick. And it's Sydney on the move again. Back to the 22 on Country's end of the ground. Hetherington plays it. This is Ryan. Standing in the tackle, very strong. Batiste. Oh, and he's not far out. That's only about 8 metres off the line. So it's Sydney applying the pressure again. From O'Sullivan to Ryan. Still 6 or 7 metres out. Mears. And it's loose. Anybody's ball, it's Country. Country in possession. And that's the centre, Bentley. Yes, Bentley. Just short of his own 22. McAnally. Trudged at dummy half. And that's McAnally this time. It was Martini in the first place. Straight back to the fullback Ashton for that kick. And look at the breeze hold it. It's coming down right on the halfway line. Misjudged by Hetherington. Gathered by Alexander. And Alexander not far from touch. It's a penalty against Sydney. The referee indicating that the ball was not played correctly by Greg Alexander.
A little unfortunate for Alexander because, to my way of thinking, I think he accidentally lost this ball. Let's just have a look at it. He certainly did. He's been penalised for not playing it correctly, but it was an accidental loss.
Well, at any rate, the penalty went to Country. And now it'll be the free kick from a few metres in Sydney's half. Trudge it to Ward, and then to Siani. Trudge it, Ward, McAnally. 10 metres in Sydney's half. McLeod. Oh, that's a good pass too. To Slater coming straight up the centre, and he's just inside the 22. Slater plays it back now. Away to Ward. And he's a dangerous little player, but he's lost the ball in the tackle. It's Sydney back in possession. And across field goes Hanson. And it looks as if Ward might have been hurt in that tackle in which he lost the ball, but play proceeds. with Sydney on the move. This is Mayers at least. Lamb. Oh, long cutout pass to Izzard, and beautifully done to Conlon. And now it's to Gonzalez. Out of one. And he's lost the ball. Country back in possession just in Sydney's half. Oh, that's a long, dangerous pass. That could have brought a try for Sydney, but it's been regathered by Kelly.
1-2.
Slater. Ward is back in position for Country. He was hurt in a tackle just a minute or so ago. Now it's close to halfway. McAnally back inside to Siani. Trudgett, McLeod. Held by Ryan and Lamb. That's 12 metres on Sydney's side of the halfway line. 5 tackles gone for Country. And that's a nice pass out to French on the wing. Back inside to McLeod. Now the up and under, but it's not a good kick. Alexander in position for Sydney. And he's beaten Moy. Won't beat Martini, but he's got his pass away to Izzard. And that's the 22-metre line on Sydney's end. Winger Gonzalez. Away from O'Sullivan, it goes to Mayers. Good tackle by Siani. And a penalty, and it's against Siani for hanging on to the player, not allowing him to play the ball.
We've just heard, John, that Lydiard has been taken to the Newcastle General Hospital. Dr. Monahan has taken him there for precautionary x-rays because he had a very bad knock on the back of the neck, and he may suspect that it could be a slight spinal injury.
Well, that's most unfortunate for David Lydiard, and as I said before, let's hope that it's not serious. Now, Sydney makes a mistake in failing to find touch with a penalty kick, and it's put Country back in possession and back into Sydney's half. And that's Siani, who's having a strong game for Country. From Martini to McLeod. Oh, what defence there from Sydney. Solid tackle by Hanson. Moy to Ward. Graham in the centre. Is it? That was his centre partner. Now it's Graham. He's lost it. Ward is there to pick it up, and oh, it could have been a try too if the ball had not gone forward.
Yes, just a little knock on in there, but the referee was right on hand to pick it up. See if we can see it here. There it is. Ward coming through fast, picks it up, and a little kick over the top, and he was away.
Yes, he's a smart little player. That's a Sydney ball. Lamb. Moy right on top of his opposite number. That's the 22-metre line. And there's the score as we approach half-time in this seconds game. It's Sydney 6 leading Country 0. And it's Sydney in possession, 15 metres outside the 22 on Sydney's end. And a penalty against Country inside the 5 metres.
If they can keep this score, the Country boys will be quite happy because they'll have this strong wind with them in the second half.
Well, their condition has held out pretty well so far.
It certainly has, and very impressed with the halfback, Duncan Ward.
And this is Hanson, North Sydney prop forward. 10 metres short of the 22, Country's end. Mayers. And there's going to be a penalty. Ball taken away from Mayers in that tackle. The referee obviously called held. Penalty to Sydney, and here's an opportunity for Ross Conlon to add to Sydney's total of 6 points.
Yes, there it is. As Mears was going to the ground, the referee called on him to play the ball, but had been reefed away. And those two quick penalties have brought Sydney from very close to their own goal line to now to an opportunity to increase their lead to 8 points.
So it's Ross Conlon, the prolific Balmain goal-scoring centre, and he's raised the flags. 2 more points, and it's 8-0 in favour of Sydney Seconds. Country to kick off now. Moy bringing the ball over to the centre of the halfway line. But it's Ashton who comes in and kicks off, and that's straight up centre field. Alexander picks up. Gives it to Hetherington. And that's back to the 22. Sydney's end. Sydney 8, leading Country 0. Alexander from dummy half. Keen to get into the action. This is a big opportunity, of course. All of the experts have been saying for some time that he's a representative player of the future. And he's going to grasp every opportunity that comes his way. And a bit of mishandling out there by both teams, and we'll have a scrum.
A little bit of niggle there from the two half-backs too.
Tempers perhaps getting a little bit warm there in the scrum as well. And now the referee is going to have a talk with Royce Simmons.
Yes, Chris O'Sullivan being called out here, and it really started just before that scrum went down. You'll be able to see the scrum flare up a little. No real damage is done, but just a few little blows in there underneath. Penalty has been given to Country. It was given immediately by the referee.
Ashton kicks to the line, and that's a good kick too. He's found touch about 12 metres out from the goal line. Now it's Trudgett with the free kick, and that's McAnally running hard at the line. Trudgett, Ashton, the fullback, into the action. Only about 3 metres off the line. Trudgett. Cut out pass, and it's knocked on by Slater. Sydney back in possession, a few metres out from the line.
Surprising, John, that with this strong wind, that the Sydney side haven't used it at all.
That's right. They've done very little kicking, Mike. Made very little use of the breeze. They've been intent on running the ball. So Sydney moving again. That's O'Sullivan. Well, there's only about a minute of this first half remaining now, as Ashton fields the ball brilliantly. This is French, the winger, just outside the 22. This is McLeod on the blind side, about 15 metres out.